In a disturbing video circulating on social media, you can hear basketball fans in China repeatedly shouting racist slurs, including the N-word, at American basketball player Sonny Weems, telling the 35-year-old to "Get out of China!" Weems, who briefly played in the NBA, now plays for the Guangdong Southern Tigers, part of the Chinese Basketball Association. The incident happened after a game last Thursday in Changchun, China. On the court, a fight broke out between Weems and Chinese player Han De-jun. Both were expelled from the game. As Weems boarded his bus post-game, some wearing the opposing team's jersey shouted the racially charged words. In a statement released Friday, the CBA condemned the incident, writing, "The CBA has a zero-tolerance attitude toward any discriminatory words or deeds," and in an open letter to fans, asked them to, quote, "resist uncivilized behavior." Both teams likewise condemning the fans' behavior. The Liaoning team writing, "What a fan should do is to cheer for players on the field, rather than insult, disrespect, or even abuse opponents off the court." Taiwanese-American player Jeremy Lin immediately jumped to Weems' defense, posting on his Chinese social media Weibo account, "The abuse Weems received really was disrespectful. That word carried so much hurt, unfairness, and hatred that I couldn't put into words." CNN reached out to Weems, but did not immediately hear back. His last post on his official Weibo page? Hearts. A surge of supportive comments from Chinese fans followed. "Peace and love. We will always be behind you," one fan wrote. Another apologizing. "I'm sorry. Are you all right now? We always support you and stay here with you." The incident follows what's been a tumultuous few years in which U.S.-China sports and politics have repeatedly clashed. In 2019, comments made by the then Houston Rockets GM in support of Hong Kong pro-democracy protests nearly severed a multi-billion-dollar deal between the NBA and China, by far its largest market outside of the U.S. In less than 3 weeks, Beijing will host the Winter Olympics. Publicly, China has worked to portray a welcoming atmosphere ahead of the Games. Speaking to the media on Monday in Beijing, former NBA star and Rocket center Yao Ming, now president of the government-affiliated CBA, highlighted the role of sports in building bridges between countries.
There's bound to be traffic on bridges, so sometimes we see collisions. It may take some time to resolve some issues, but we want to keep the bridges intact.
But a rising nationalism, coupled with state media fanned claims that COVID-19 was originally imported into China, have added to tensions between Chinese nationals and foreigners living in the country. And videos like this one, fueling what is already a fiery relationship between China and the West. David Culver, CNN, Beijing.